Hello everyone, Romualda Key here tonight with my interview series, and it's actually take two because we had some technical issues as usual, and that's normal, that's absolutely normal. It's okay to have challenges, okay? So guys, tonight I have a very interesting person. His name is Mike Long, and he is a school bus driver. Okay, so I have to say that I heard a similar story, about an Uber driver who became very successful because he joined network marketing business and he was very eager, and success happened. Okay, so Mike Long, on the other hand, is a school bus driver, and I think that's a very similar story because very similar thing that he's doing. Okay, he's a bus driver, and the way he's doing things, the way he has his mindset, and the way he sees the world, the way he sees the future, it's very inspiring. And I said, okay, Mike, I want you to be on my interview tonight. And I'll be honest here, I met Mike probably couple months ago, and tonight was the first time I actually had a live conversation with him. I never ever spoke with him before, voice call or video call. We had chats, but not like that. So I said I'll bring Mike tonight, and hello Viva, hello everyone who is here. So many of you, can't see all of you. So let's see if we have Mike right now. Mike is still not here. Okay, I hope we don't have to do a take 3. Let's keep hands crossed, fingers crossed, So let's see what happens. Let's give a little bit of time for Mike to join. Yes, Mike is here. I see Mike is here, and he wants to be on my video. Mike, you are a fast learner, you know that? You just learned how to do it. Brilliant. Okay, Mike. Yes.
Hello, Romualda.
Hello, Mike. I just said to my audience that you are a very quick learner because you just, asked to be on my video so quickly. You just joined the video and you're just here. That's brilliant. Hello, how are you, Mike?
Wonderful. I think I might have been on the first one, on take 1, for a minute. I had to go up to where you tagged me. But anyway, I made it.
Exactly. That's the main thing. The main thing is to just do it, and finally we will get there. We all know that finally we will get wherever we want to be. And here you are, live with me.
You just don't. Yeah, well, the only way you lose is if you quit trying.
Exactly. Absolutely.
That's true of everything else too.
Absolutely. So, Mike, I don't know how much you heard me describing you, to my audience and to your audience, because you are tagged on this description. I said that you are a school bus driver. I'm correct, right?
Correct. 3, 4, and 5-year-olds to preschool.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So tell us, how long are you driving that bus?
It's probably could be as much as maybe 6 hours a day.
Right. And how many years are you doing that profession?
Oh no, over 10.
That's a long time.
Over 10 years, yes, ma'am.
That is a long time.
And now five of them I've been working on. 5 of them I've had the vision of getting online full time.
That's brilliant.
I have kicked around a long time, learned from a lot of very good people, a lot of great things that I've never probably properly implemented. I did a lot of shiny object bouncing from one thing to the other. I think one of the keys actually in our fire starter program with where Nadia did the mentoring.
All right.
She actually
before we go to that, Mike, I would like to ask, what was the turning point when you said, no, how did you see that vision that you could do something online? You were driving a school bus, you were driving the children, and then one day you woke up and said, I'm going to go online.
Initially, I was recruited into a network marketing company.
And who invited you to a network marketing company?
A friend of mine that is local here, John Sargent. Our daughters ran cross country together.
All right. So,
and at that point, I went through all the family and friends and got kicked around without any mercy whatsoever, as family and friends do to most everybody that I've talked to. In fact, I'm talking to a company now that I probably end up going with, and they don't understand that I probably am not interested in talking to the family and friends, that I want to be online primarily. A couple of older ladies that have done it the old way, and I don't see that happening. The family and friends are going to come on board when they see what I'm doing and it works and I'm happy and I'm making money and it's actually health and wellness. So when they see that it works, I think then they're welcome to jump on later.
That's what I noticed myself. Like, people think, and people probably have that mindset that, okay, my family, my friends, the closest people to me will probably join me once they see me making huge amount of money, like being successful. That's the thing, that what happens with the closest people that we have around us, isn't it? Like,
oh yeah, they think we're silly.
First of all,
they think we're silly for a while.
We are like aliens, different mindset, different thinking.
Before we get too far, too, I need to take a shot. I got Romualda to blush a little bit ago, and I got to try and do that again. I have to say,
I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Saturday afternoon, I'm normally working on the computer, and I always get a notification, and I always watch every week, and I generally learn something really useful. Of course, Romualda's beautiful, and her voice is awesome, and I enjoy all that good stuff. See, I got a little blush going. I knew I could.
I think you did. Thank you very much.
I knew I could.
Yeah.
But and as well as we've worked together, but not. You're right. We never talked really before today. An instant message here and there, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning when I started the live video. I said that today actually was our first conversation, like voice chat or video chat, before we just had chat on a messenger, and I thought your story was an interesting one, and I said, okay, I'll bring you on Saturday, interview. Let's share your story.
For my generation, this is like George Jetson on steroids. You probably never watched him, but that was like the space cartoon when I was a kid, and they had all these things that nobody ever thought of yet. My parents actually had a phone with a dial on it, as long as they were in their house.
All right, that's interesting.
So it's gone a long ways. Isn't technology? Once we finally get hooked up on here, is pretty nice. That whole figuring it out the first time was a challenge.
But that's good. But once you figure it out, you're okay. But the thing with the technology is, it's changing constantly, and you constantly have to be learning. It seems like, oh, I know this thing, how to work with that thing, and the next day you see it's changed again. That's what happens.
That's true too. About the time you learn it, it's different. It's different tomorrow when you try again. No question.
That's what happened for me with Facebook Live. Yeah, what happened for me with Facebook Live? It looks like the way to bring the person on, it's this way, and then the next Saturday I switch on my phone to go live, and I see completely different icons, completely different way to invite the person. I'm like, okay, we'll learn it live, and actually I go live, and that's the only time when I see that it has changed and I have to figure it out right there and then. But we do take two sometimes. It's all right.
All different all over again. Yes.
Mm.
That's something else that I picked up on a webinar a couple of weeks ago. Just, you know, on your personal profile, if you or you ask anybody to, go to my page or anything whatsoever, they actually ding you now. You get less of an audience with it. They've changed, personal stuff. They want all that on the business page, which is not rocket science. Facebook, one of the business now is Facebook ads, and that's what they're ads. So, they want to drive us off that business or off the personal page and onto the business one. Then if you want people to see what you have to show, you don't want you to spend any to do it. I guess you can understand that.
Yeah, it's constantly changing. Like, what can we do? We just have to learn it and apply it again.
That's that's one of the big changes. What I was going to say with Nadia, with the mentoring, she sat down and did a daily method of operation, and a sixth of it was set up to be personal development, and that's probably been my turning point. I don't know why on the planet I was not doing that all along, but
so when did you start doing personal development?
Just pretty much this year.
Right. So for 5 years since you came online with the vision that you wanted to do things online, you didn't do any personal development as such?
No, not really, and I should have been. I think aside from bouncing from one shiny object to the next and not being consistent, I think that that there were some limiting beliefs, back in the back of your mind that says you can't do this. This is. I don't know why in the world your mind would ever be trying to tell you that nonsense, but I think it did, and
probably.
I know Tony Robbins got into the the NLP, neuro linguistic programming, and he's absolutely right. Human nature says you should run towards the good and away from the bad. And, you change your thought pattern by realizing that the bad is keeping you from being where you want to be. And
so maybe for 5 years, when you say you were running from one shiny object to another, so maybe that's what happened, that you were expecting that the next shiny object is going to be better one. It's going to bring you success. And then you try it, and then run to another one. Is that what happened?
You try, and those of us that have been around any length of time, really, that there's no magic pill. There's no, you don't push the button and all of a sudden you're there. It's work and it's focus and consistency and.
And it doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't happen overnight. No, instead of watching Dancing Stars when you get home from work, you probably need to be on the computer doing something.
Absolutely.
So that was probably the biggest push. And then now I'm not even sure. I'm going to do. I've got the Facebook ads started. We've got Branding University, which I think is going to take over the world before the year's over. I found a great program that does websites and has a built-in autoresponder, landing pages. I played today with it. It's got an Instagram auto poster, auto follow, auto comment. And honestly, I never had time for Instagram Instagram. So if I can set this up for the month and just let it rock, I think I can, take on a social media. Um, so that's going to be great. And then, the really interesting one, I've been 8 months now probably on a mission to find the health and wellness program that I want. I have type 2 diabetes. I have a blockage in the carotid that are both things that I'm self-controlling, not doing medicine for. So I've got a ton of knowledge on the whole health and wellness thing, and know where to go with it.
And
so
are you saying that your network marketing comes with products? I mean, health products helped you, like, on your health?
Well, no, that's actually what I've been looking for. I've been looking for the one that really just lights me up, that's going to make me passionate, where I'm not going to be able to talk to anybody without bringing it up. And I've probably been through 15, 16 different programs, talked to people. I've had a chance to work with some really, really big names that I'd love to work with, but truthfully, the product just isn't what I wanted. It's nothing that gets me excited. And I think I'm closing in. I'm down to a couple that both actually do. So I think I'll have something there before long.
Am I right in saying that previously you have been working with people that you liked? I mean, the leaders that you liked, but the product wasn't something that you were passionate about?
Exactly. And I know everybody says you join people, but in my case, I'm not. Right. I know lots of people. That people isn't the issue. I want something I'm passionate about that I just can't help but tell people about. And I think I've got a few found that I'm going to narrow that down a little bit further. I've got a couple more people I promised to talk to before I did anything.
Right.
And then the other thing is, if you ever watched Eric Worre, or lately Tanya Elisa has done something like this too, where they talk about when you get into the business, taking 60 days and just blocking out everything else and doing nothing but build that business for 60 days. Where I think Eric Worre says speed makes where, instead of adding 3 people a month for 10 to 30 people in 60 days, and then the momentum gets going and takes off from there. He's saying that most of the people that have built a really strong business have done it that way. However, what I'm really interested in is not so much recruiting, not so much building the business as helping people. You want to find that product. Diabetes is something that's, just massive worldwide anymore.
So in that case,
high blood pressure.
So in your case, like, it's not that important who you're working with. I mean, the people who recruited you, if I can say that, like, into the company, like, once you find the product that you like, it doesn't matter who the leader is for you. Am I right in saying
That's
that?
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying in this. Although I've been blessed with everybody I've talked to has been really, people that I know are going to be useful to work with. I've also, I think it was Ray Higdon at one point, talked about firing your upline. That they're great. They're there if you need them, but you don't want to lean on them. It's really up to you to build your business.
You have to be independent.
Somebody else.
In other words.
Yeah. A lot of people want to whine about, nobody would do it for me. Well, they're not supposed to.
But it's still nice. Come on, Mike. It's still nice to have somebody, that can help, that can suggest you or point you to the right resource, something like that. Like, to give you the at least the initial training, initial sources where you can find the answers if you have any questions, anything like that.
Absolutely, you're right. You're right. Or somebody that's already done it, so you don't have to go reinvent the wheel. Somebody that's done it themselves, so they do have useful things. Like I said, I don't see me doing hotel meetings and and the vitamin aisle in the grocery store to hustle people into the business. I really see online being the place to be. And now I can put you on the list. One of the personal development things too. They talk about the people that you hang with being the most important factor in your success too. I mean, most of my high quality mentors are all online. You don't I don't have a lot of local seven-figure earners to go lean on, or people that have actually succeeded it. And that, to me, that makes and that's made a difference. I've sort of sorted the people that are negative off of the list, and spent my time with the ones that are positive, or they're on their way, or doing something. And one more shot at making you blush. I need to say, because you're not the first. I've picked out a couple people. One in particular, she was in MLSP at the time, just getting started, and she's really rocking. I told her way back then she was going to go far. She was a rising star.
Okay.
And I figure you're one of those too. I think you're just you're going to hit the here.
Thank you.
And I got another one, so I got a smile and a blush, so my day couldn't be any more complete.
Thank you.
Yep, that makes for a totally complete day and a good one.
Thanks. Now I got blank. Now my brain went blank, and then I don't know what to ask now. I'm like, oh my God, Mike, what are you doing? Okay, so
but yeah, I'm really looking forward to being passionate about product. And everything else that I have is all about personal branding and attraction marketing.
Now I remember when you were talking about online, why you went online and things like that. Like, internet makes the world so small that we can meet so many different people from so many different areas, different countries, different continents, and we all can be in one closed, like, a room. Like, if we do a Zoom call, if we do any kind of training, it's nice to be like together all
Isn't
together.
that awesome? I love Zoom. Zoom is so cool. As I figure that out, with being able to share your screen and show people how it works, Zoom is the best. And to the network marketing traditionalists, I don't think that the answer to me is one-on-one, or 4-on-1, or whatever, a small group where you can talk like people and talk more than I'm not saying online you throw out a landing page and they go to your email and the next thing they recruit into your company. I don't think it works that way. I think it's still relationship. It's just that you can be in Ireland and I can be in the States, and we can still have a relationship.
Exactly.
We can be friends and help each other, and that's that's what it's all about, regardless of I mean, I don't want the idea that I want to do everything online to sound like cold, because it's not. It's still one-on-one. And like you said, Zoom is incredible. You can look people in the eye and talk to them and things, and you can't do any better than that.
Yes, very good. And Yeah, and on Zoom, I think you can share your screen as well if you do some trainings, as far as I remember.
Oh, positively, you can share your screen with this tool that'll build websites. I can actually throw together a 5-minute website right in front of them that looks really pretty. While they watch on the Zoom. So it's very neat. I was in there playing with that Instagram poster today. You can follow people. You can follow people by even zip code if you want. You can follow them by hashtags. For local, you can follow them by zip code or postal code. Um, you can follow hashtag, by what they're interested in, and this tool will go out and follow them and comment on their posts, and
So it's all
even they have
interesting
a
strategies. Interesting strategies
yeah,
that, interesting tools that you can find that do certain things
the
for you.
tools. Even Mark is talking about the messenger bot. He's using the one now.
I think he's using ManyChat. I think.
They have, yes, he is. They have one on this suite that I've got now too. It's going to be a messenger bot, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure I'm a fan because it's not one-on-one. But then again, time management wise, could we train that messenger bot to just send out to see if you could set up a time when you could get together instead of
Well, you know
because it's
what you
so hard.
can do with the bot. You basically like build a list of people on Messenger, and then you send a message to all of them at once, instead of sending one by one the invitation to an event, or as an example, or some kind of
Yeah,
information.
like a broadcast kind of a thing
Yeah.
with an email.
Uh-huh.
Only Mark's right. Nobody opens email anymore. I have
I
5,000
open my
unopened
emails,
emails.
Mike. I open my emails. So some
Do you
people are
really?
still opening.
Do you really? Yeah, you.
I do. Not all. I have to be honest. I have so many unread messages because I just didn't open them yet.
I'm lucky if I scan them to make sure that there's nothing important in there. I don't know. I need more time. I need a day stretch because there's not time to goof with all that. But I do try to look at them
so, so,
and sure I'm
so
not
what
missing
way?
something that
Okay, Mike.
matters.
So let's get to this. So, what way are you building your business online? What are you using? Are you using only social media? Because as I understand, you are not a big fan of email, so you probably are not building your list on like email list.
Well, I'll
My
do a list
understanding.
and I'll send emails, but no, I don't think so. I think it's mostly social media. I don't think, like I said, maybe the messenger bot, but I don't want to use it like a communication tool, such as maybe just a chance to, if you could just certain and book times when you actually look people and talk to them. I think I'd like it a lot better. Um,
Mm-hmm.
More productive, although, you know, there's an awful lot of people that don't sell anything except on a webinar too. So maybe we have to
Yes.
look at doing those down the road.
Absolutely. Like I see you are very keen in learning new things, learning new technologies, and basically implementing them.
Yeah, you can't be afraid of it. Like you said, it changes too fast. You've got to pick up with it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I know myself, and I feel like a traitor saying it, but I've got like 2 years into WordPress. And for the agency, I honestly wasn't going to do websites because it's too intensive. It takes too long. Maybe that's me, and I'm just not good enough at it. But the site builder that I have now that I can whip one out in half an hour, that's something I can offer again now that I wasn't going to before.
Mm-hmm.
And business.
I think it's either me or you froze for a little bit. Are you back?
I'm here.
Yeah, it could be my
I
internet
hear you.
connection, you know.
It's a little freezy. I still hear you.
Yeah, sometimes my internet is funny, but have to live with what I have. Okay, let me know when I'm back.
You're here.
Am I? All
Hello.
right.
You're here.
Hello. That's good. That's what
And you're
happens
fun too.
sometimes. And I know it's my side. I know it's my internet, you know, because it's fluctuating. I know. I don't know why, but that's what's happening. Oh
Yeah, if
well.
mine did anything, it'd kick me off all the way. It wouldn't just fluctuate. It'd go.
All right. So, Mike,
But yeah,
now let's talk about the ways people can connect with you. Because I know it's my audience watching you, there is your audience watching you, and if let's say people want to connect with you, how could they find you, on what platforms, and how?
well, I'm certainly on Facebook. Now we're doing a. Actually, I'll talk about that. We're doing the LinkedIn with Branding University now. Mark Lalonde, we're going after making ourselves known on LinkedIn. I on LinkedIn had taken a course about 45 years ago when I was in the first network marketing company, and they had a system where you're sending out a message like to 50 people at a time by location, which you could sort them that way then. And they couldn't all see that there were 49 other people on the list. So it didn't look like you were spamming them. It looked like an individual message. It was actually working pretty good about 4 months. And then boom, it was, they changed LinkedIn and they got the whole list if you sent it to them. So you couldn't even say you couldn't do that anymore. It kind of invalidated everything. And so I've been had all these friends on LinkedIn and no clue what to do with them. So it's great that Mark's driving us in that direction now, and we can maybe figure out something to do with that. It seems to
You
be a
have a list, you don't know
one-on-one.
what to do with it.
Yeah, the great big old list, I mean they're high quality people. They all have jobs. You know, a lot. Most I think the average on there makes like six figures, so they have money and jobs, and most of them. I think there's a large percentage of them that hate their jobs because they have to be stuck in that office for 10, 12 hours a day. You know, I think there's a lot of them that would be very jealous of anybody that could make an income online on their own schedule and from anywhere.
Absolutely. So, Mike, now you have to find a way to provide value to those people, to show them the way how they can do it. Like, I mean, to do that
Yeah,
online instead of going to the office for 12 hours, 12, 14 hours. Like, some people work really
yeah.
crazy hours.
So, and I guess what we're doing there with everybody kind of going in together and helping each boost each other up, ultimately, that gets you more people looking at your profile, hopefully more people coming to you saying, well, geez, I'd like to do this too. Certainly the attraction marketing, you're not going to, and LinkedIn is actually a little bit worse than Facebook. When you meet somebody, the number of people that say, hello, here's my link. It, and I've come on Facebook, I've come to be a friend. You're not going to bother to learn anything other than here's my link. Um, you know, the exact opposite of marketing it does. And to me,
Yeah, so some people
that
still don't know how to do it. Like the only way they know how to market their company or their products or whatever they have services, They think they send the link, and that's how people do business with them. But we all know we have to
Yeah,
provide value first. Mm-hmm.
did you ever try to train any of them? To not train them, but to like
Talk to
show them the
them.
light? Like
I
I've talked
tried.
to you if
There was a funny story. I tried once, and they were like, "What are you talking about, woman? You know, what do you know?"
and that's exactly what they don't get it. They're like, "What do you mean? You're nuts." Let me get on to the next one. I got to send another link. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a great big market out there that all needs to learn, personal branding and attraction marketing and the value of a relationship instead of a here's my
Mm-hmm.
spam.
Exactly. I see some comments. I don't know if you can see, Mike, the comments on the phone. I see Virginia saying they create resistance, and that's what it is. Like, they send the link and they create resistance with those people. Me, you, anybody else who they try to
If you
spam.
have a clue, you look at that and say, boy, this guy's got no idea. I need to run the other way. You're right. Yeah.
Mm,
Yep. Resistance is the word.
that's exactly what it is.
So
Okay,
that's
so
and that's the other one I'll brag on. I told you earlier, I just got into Ray Higdon's rank makers today, and he's one that I've followed his webinars and his trainings for as long as I've been online. It kind of gave me goosebumps to have to write my glad I'm here message and thank you, Ray Higdon, for adding me to the group. It's like, yes, that was a pretty good day. Um, Looking forward to what I'm going to get out of that.
Ray Higdon is
Uh,
absolutely brilliant, and Rank Makers is really good. Like, I'm not trying to promote here anything because, like, we don't get anything out of it, but, like, Rank Makers group is an amazing group. It definitely is. I'm in it too. I'm in it too.
I think that's going to be one that I'm going to be just glad I'm in and never ever think of leaving. I think that you get in there and stay because I mean, he's taught me so much over the years, and his wife as well. She's the Facebook guru.
She's absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
Mm. They both, like, that's
between
a
the two of
power
them.
couple. Both of them, like, they create that power couple.
Yeah, positively,
Mm.
positively. And they're so far they kind of, like we have a mentor that way too. They make so much darn money and for so long that they're really doing it because they like to help people, I think. They reach a
Mm-hmm.
stage where they really honestly don't need to work
I think
that hard for the money. I think they do
you
it because
froze,
they
but now
enjoy
you're
it.
back. So, Mike,
I'm
congratulations. I like you froze a little bit, so I'm just saying congratulations on joining Rank Makers because, like, it's really amazing group. It is. You will definitely learn a lot. And I don't know how much you know about Rank Makers. I'm just gonna say a little bit because I'm excited. When we talk about Rank Makers, like, Ray Hickton goes live every single day, and he gives you tasks that you need to do every single day. So there is an action that you have to take. Like Wednesday, we have Wealth Wednesday, where you give something without any expectation to get anything back. You just give to somebody else. Like, that's really nice. And there are other days that we do different action steps. It's brilliant. It's good. You will see for yourself. I think you froze again, or maybe I froze. I don't know.
That might be me. I think my phone took a vacation. But free value, I think, is something that Mark's doing with Branding University a lot too. Just I think the plan is just to pound that free value and help people, and I love
Absolutely.
that. That's definitely a great way to go. But you asked about connecting. LinkedIn is certainly one. I'm on Facebook, Twitter. Um, you can also get my vlog and connect with me that way to find my Facebook at mikelong.us. That's a pretty easy one.
Very good.
Yeah,
I'm just going through I'm going through the comments, Mike, and I see that there is Vida wants to ask something. Yes, Vida, go ahead and ask any questions. Like anyone who is watching us and wants to ask a question, you just go ahead and type it in, because I'm always following the comments, so I will see your question if you type it there, and we'll answer the question, right, Mike?
Positively, yeah. I still see like the same 4 from the beginning that have been there the whole time. I'm not getting any new ones.
Maybe you didn't scroll to the very bottom, so it updates the new ones.
Well, I'm scared to touch the screen. It might tell you goodbye.
Yeah, I see them coming in. It's all good. All right, Mike. So yeah, so I think like if anyone wants to connect with you, you gave your details, and anyone who is watching us on Facebook, if anyone who wants to connect with Mike, you will see I put Mike's name, I tagged him in the description about this video, so you can click on the tag and it would get you straight to Mike's profile. Okay.
Oh, that's great. I thank you very much.
Mike, can you see the question in the comments? Are you able to see the new comments right now?
You know what, Mike? What does Mike like best about? I just got that, but that's all. It's about what?
So Ray is asking, what does Mike like best about Branding University? Because you mentioned Branding University a few times tonight. Mike, tell us, why are you so excited about it?
I am excited about it because, the free value, and we have some cool things in there already, but I think that that's just beginning to scratch the surface. I think that's going to blow up so big this year that you no longer have to explain to anybody what it is when you talk to them. I think that's really the growth is coming this year in that. And of course, beyond the free value, there is some paid stuff that we can make some money on too. And I think everybody's going to love that, including the ones that are coming in. I like Mark's theory that, when he gets somebody in there, he wants them to make more than they're going to spend to go premium or platinum. Mm-hmm. He wants them making more than that right away, so that of course retention is never going to be an issue. If the income exceeds the outgo right out of the gate, they're going to want to stay there forever. And I like that he's thinking that way, and that's the way he wants to do it.
Yeah, what I find about Mark that I will put something here as well. What I find about Mark is that he really, really wants people to make money. Like he says, money is very important in life, and like he really does. He cares about people, that people make money from the very beginning, from the very start when they start doing that. Do you believe that Mark Lalonde is a genius?
I think it's a minor genius. He figures out that. Have you gone through, Romualda, the Twitter lead machine? Some of the stuff that he's figured out in there that, I don't know if I had 10 years if I ever could have figured it out. Some of the little tricks and like he talked about you put 3 hashtags in your post or on your profile, mm-hmm. and not 4. Like the third one will get
on the Twitter.
Figure that out.
He said
how much
but when doing testing, he was testing for a long time.
I mean, look at the that figure out how to do stuff. He's pretty darn sharp. Genius.
I think I'm just thinking that one of the things that helped Mark a lot is because he's a programmer. You know, programmers think differently probably. It's all about logics, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think he's got you're right. I think he's got the technology side of it down pretty good. He's got some other tricks that I'm dying for him to give up that one day we'll get out of him, I think.
Yes,
You know,
very
how he
good.
can do he can do that, he can loop that 30-minute recording into a 4-hour live that plays 24 hours a day.
That is brilliant. You know, some people argue on that, but some people agree on that. So, like, if we want to do it, we do it. If we don't, we don't. But yeah, that's one strategy that I like too. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I like it.
And he just figures that stuff out. He's
Yeah.
just good at that stuff. He really is. It's a heck of a lot easier to shut up and listen to him and learn it than it is to go figure it out for yourself. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. We just have to be very thankful that he is willing to share his knowledge, like with everyone. He basically shares it on Sundays, on Sunday webinars, and on his Facebook profile. He does that as well. Very, very, very.
I think that makes for a great example too for us for how we want to build our business.
Mm. Yeah, it gives a clue.
Like,
Like success leaves clues, and Mark is one of them who leaves a lot of
yeah,
clues.
you want to build it by giving away that, you know, if you're given more than you're taking all the time, then people keep coming back. You know, and that makes sense.
Okay, Mike, one last question that I have for you. You said you were looking at shiny objects for 5 years, right, online? From
Positively.
one shiny object to another one. So what happened? How did you decide that it's time to quit looking at the shiny objects and finally focus on one or two things that you believe are going to bring you success? They're going to make you, you know, whatever you want, achieve whatever you want.
To get me out of that day job. Positively.
Yes. I didn't want to say that, but yes.
Yeah, enough of the day job. I think I don't know if it's just listening, you know, you've absorbed all that training over the years and everybody said, you know, consistency and focus and you're branding and attraction marketing, they need to know, like, and trust you. And you know, that's how they do that is from the consistency and focus. And you can't focus if you're on something different every day. And yeah, they talk about how everything works for the best, though. Like the tool set that I'm playing with now that I'm really going to be loving because it's going to work. That agency, I can run 100 sites in there. I can do everything all in one. I can plow all my businesses into that and kind of have a dashboard to run them all from. I wouldn't have recognized how cool that is if I haven't already been through like 6 different companies that had tool suites you know, that didn't have this or that didn't work quite right or it was too darn hard to operate the other thing that you didn't ever use it because it was more trouble than it was worth. You know, that I learned something from all that bouncing around too.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't
But
think it was totally wasted.
would you have a suggestion for people, like for new, let's say there is a person who is coming online newly, like he's a new marketer, he or she, and they want to be successful and they want to dive straight into a good thing and not to go from one shiny object to another shiny object. How to keep their focus on that one thing, how to put the blinds on and not to look to the sides. Do you have any suggestions how to do that?
Like I said, I think the personal development, you have to go beyond all kids that are. I think the other probably is to look at everything up front and go with like, this is going to work great for me. It's going to be my favorite because I'm going to settle for something passionate about. And I think that'll be the big difference. You just got to find, you have to have it, or you have to tell people about it. And honestly, feel like you're doing more good than you're out making money if you're actually trying to help people instead of how can we build a business. Obviously you're helping them if you teach them how to make money too, but I just think the passion for the product is going to be something that's going to kick in and really
And
make
they
things
have to have a
fly.
belief.
You have to believe in it and believe in yourself and know that you
Yes.
can.
Absolutely.
And don't let all those silly people that want to tell you that that you're wasting your time and you should be over here watching the silly television instead. I think you just need to be able to smile at them one day and say, boy, you should have probably come in and worked instead of watching that TV show. It's funny, I can't even tell you like the TV. I just, other than a movie on Netflix here and there, I just don't turn the thing on.
I'm the same, but I just don't want to say it loud, but I'm the same.
Yeah, and how much do I miss it? How much of that really ever did anything useful for you?
Yeah, I find like I prefer watching inspirational um videos somebody or like from personal development, or like motivational something, it gives me much more positive energy, positive thoughts, like it keeps really like me motivated and inspired, to believe in what I'm doing is right, and if I watch television, especially news, I don't know about America, but in Lithuania, if you watch news, it's all criminals, 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 what happened bad, how many houses burned, who killed, who died, whatever, it's all negative, 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 enough enough negativity in
Yeah,
life.
you're right. It knocks the positive right out of you if you watch too much of that too. You're right. Yeah, yeah. It wouldn't. There's no fun talking about things that are good or great or positive. They
I
want to
heard somewhere,
talk.
I don't know where, but I heard somewhere that when it's a negative thing told to people, it grabs people's attention. It's like, what, you know? But if you say something positive, like nice or something, it's like, like, it goes in and goes out. It doesn't intrigue,
True. It doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. Hopefully, some of us are positive people and we're more interested in hearing that. But I think you're right. You can go on YouTube and watch Tony Robbins for an hour instead of instead of whatever nonsense is on the networks or the TV in general, and you're so much
Absolutely.
further ahead at the end of the hour. I went on last night in the one of the companies I'm looking at for health and wellness. I chewed up about an hour and a half or 2 hours worth of their videos, 5 minutes at a time, and I learned a lot. And
That's great.
Yeah, it's just what your priorities are and what you want. But, I'm feeling like I just want, I mean, here in Erie, Pennsylvania, where I live, we're over 13 feet of snow since December 1st.
Right.
So, online, I'm able to, next winter, I can work from a beach somewhere. I don't know. You got any warm beaches in Lithuania?
We have snow as well. We had like really cold. February was very cold. Before that, it was warm, but no, we don't
Yeah,
get
there's lots of
warm,
warm beaches
hot.
I could be on, and I just, like the quote, like no one else, so you live so soon you like no one else. It's just time for that. Time for that. And as a
Absolutely.
younger person, when I should have been getting a doctorate or a master's, I knew where the party was. I blew a lot of opportunities to be a high-powered, high-income job
Mm,
worker.
mm.
And at this point in time, I don't want to be a carried out of Walmart feet first being a greeter at 75 years old. It's not sounding like fun to me. So
Mm, absolutely. Like, I believe, Mike,
if
that
my time to
since
be
you have so
mine,
much
I'd love.
experience, like 5 years. Oh, sorry.
You tell me
My
when it's
internet.
sunny and 80 in Lithuania. You tell me when it's sunny and 80 in Lithuania, I'll come by for a visit.
Fine, I will once it happens, We have sometimes we have good summers, but
Yeah,
last summer we didn't have hot weather at all, so you know. So, Mike, I really wish you
it's
all the
fine
best.
here.
I know that you have 5 years experience from going from one shiny object to another. So I really believe that this year is going to be your year where you will, since you started self-development, I really believe that things are going to take place and they going to go like skyrocket for you. You have knowledge, you have belief, you have determination, and seriously, like, I believe this is what's gonna happen to you this year. That's what I wish for you too. I
I
I believe that you believe in that too, right?
Oh, positively
Brilliant,
committed and
brilliant.
convinced and committed and it's just a matter of doing it. You can't let up. It's
Exactly. So, Mike, keep that fire in you and just move forward. And that's what I really wish for you. And I believe in you. I believe that's what's going to happen to you. And thank you, everybody,
no,
watching us tonight. It was a great interview to hear a story from a person who is driving a school bus. What is it? A school bus, yes. And who
yeah,
who believes that internet is not just for fun, it's not just for entertainment, it's also for creating income streams and for changing lives. We can change our own life and we can change many more people's lives if that's what we decide to do. You just have to decide to do it. So my wish for you, everybody, is to listen to this story, to listen to more stories, and get inspired, get motivated, and see for yourself that there are bigger things outside. There are definitely bigger things in there that you can get, not just for yourself but for others too. And I'll see you next Saturday on another interview. Have a great day, everybody, or great evening. Thank you very much, Mike, and I'll see you next Saturday, guys. Bye.
thank you very much, Romualda, and I'll be watching next Saturday. You know I
Very
will.
good. I'll see you next Saturday then.
Have a
Bye.
great week.